Jason Hartgrave is going to join us. Jason, welcome. We haven't talked much in a while, but now you're involved in something called the Human Augmentation Summit. And a lot of people may or may not know what's going on with a lot of the, I would say, the dialed in people on the island, people that are early adopters, people that are tech fans, people who like to think, because a lot of people only think of Roatan as a place to come and party and get away and have a vacation. But some people say, wait a second, Roatan's a great environment to develop and cook these ideas, and without the interference of people from outside. Because one thing about Roatan, as you know, is you can hide here. You can get away and create your own little cocoon. So anyway, welcome to the show. Tell us about the Human Augmentation Summit. What is that?
Yeah. So there's a lot of people thinking about our future and how fast things are changing for us and what our relationship to technology is. How are we sort of augmenting ourselves? So like the cell phones that we use now are much more powerful than the ones in the past. We're not just like sending text anymore. We're sending emojis and videos and TikToks and all kinds of crazy stuff. So if you think about the future, like what does all that mean? And how are we going to use tech to sort of augment ourselves and give ourselves new technologies and capabilities? And some people have very divisive ideas about what this future might look like. But the important thing is that we start having conversations about who are building these cool things. And while you mentioned that Roatan is a cool place, we are sort of letting the world know that as well. Like this is a great place where thinkers can kind of come together and have a good time diving in at the beach and all that stuff. But we can talk about some of the issues that are facing our world in the years ahead. And together we can kind of come together and decide like, well, let's kind of try and start building the world that we want to see instead of letting bad things happen to us and allowing technology to impact our lives in ways that may not be pleasant, right? Or things that we don't want to happen. A lot of the science fiction movies that you see might be classified as like a dystopia, as something that we don't want to happen. And now we got to like somehow battle our way back. We're like, well, why do we need to struggle if we have enough smart people building the things that we really want? So that summit is about people that are doing really cool things in different areas, like biohacking their health, right? And so I have like a panel of people that are biohackers, and they're all coming together as a collective to figure out, well, what are you optimizing for? I'm doing sleep. And what are you doing? I'm doing diet and all those kinds of cool things. And then science itself. We think of science as just happening in these prestigious, institutions amongst, people that have lots of money and are funded by, big corporations. But the real truth is there's a lot of citizen scientists all, hacking things in their garage and putting together cool stuff. And so the decentralized science movement is actually quite big. And we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about novel gene therapy. So we all sort of have this blueprint of how we are, and some of us got a better shake of the dice than others, but there could be ways to modify it and to change it and to maybe not pass on like bad genes to our kids and our grandkids. And there could be all kinds of ways that we may be able to change ourselves from the inside out. But, when do you do it? How do you do it? Like, who's doing it and why? And maybe part of it is like, we all talk about wanting to live longer. What does that mean, right? And we have people that are very interesting in what their ideas of even what they want their bodies to look like. So we have people that are doing like body modifications, and maybe they want, elf ears, and maybe they want weird stuff. And what does that mean, right? So this summit is like 3 days of people talking about all kinds of stuff, but also about the companies that are really building wild stuff. And they're coming together and they're saying, well, here's my idea. What do you guys think about it? And let's put together some money and have some investment around building these ideas, whether that's here in Roatan, where we are building laboratories and we're building sort of the workspaces and the engineering spaces to make some of this stuff happen, but also like, what are the best ideas? And can we have a talk about what some of those ideas might be? So I know that's a mouthful, but There's a lot to unpack here. And what we really wanted to do is we wanted to break this down over the course of 3 days to where no matter what you're kind of interested in or what you think that means, you can hear some really cool conversations about it.
There are a lot of people who dream this stuff, but they're also the same people that have been able to make it happen in, say, the tech world or the health world. They've already done this. They've already started. They're not just making this up. They've been able to make things happen. And that's important to know, because I'm sure there's people that are always suspect of anybody who has these ideas. Anything outside the norm, quote, norm, causes people to raise their eyebrows and go, okay, wait a minute, what are you talking about here? So when is this taking place?
So the interesting thing is this is actually happening the week of July 22nd through the 28th, right? And we have a section for people with ideas that want to come here and learn how to actually build and execute these ideas. And that's happening Monday through Thursday. But the conference itself, the online conference that's going to be broadcast, anybody can watch. And well, if you're on the island, you can actually come and see it. That's happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And basically the way it's breaking down is like there's sort of like health and wellness and ideas around the human body on Friday. And then there's technology that is really cutting edge that we might even put in our bodies. That's kind of stuff that's happening on Saturday and some of the science stuff. And then Sunday is a big contest where everybody's presenting their coolest ideas. And the people that are watching and experiencing this can all like vote on which idea that they think is the best. And they're going to get some money to go and actually execute their idea. So this is a really
get more information, Jason, about taking part in the HAS.
Yeah, so it is HASMUIT.org. So HAS Summit. And there's going to be a link on the video, and you can reach out to us online on socials. It's going to be there. Basically, to watch 3 days of as much science talks as you want is going to be a whopping $10. And of that $10, $5 of those dollars, you're going to be able to vote with and give it to the team that presents the best idea on Sunday. So it's a really unique experience from everybody around the world to watch this. And then we're going to give teams some of those funds that are raised to support their ideas and to go and build.
Amazing. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.